What's up guys, it's Darius and today I have another Kingdom Hearts 3 video for you guys. Now previously I did a video showing some scans from Kingdom Hearts 3 in the recent Famitsu article, or I guess you could say magazine, that's coming out in Japan very soon. But I also said that there was going to be an interview in that actual installment of Famitsu for Kingdom Hearts 3. Now obviously since it's in Japan, the language barrier kind of sucks, so we'll have to wait a little bit to actually get the translation and see what he said, but it's been translated since then. And I'm actually a little bit late on this because it happened yesterday, but there was just a lot going on that I couldn't really actually record. So now I have, the translation of that interview, as well as another interview from Dengeki that was actually fully translated. And I'm gonna be going over a whole bunch of things in each interview, but I'm just gonna be going over the things that are actually pretty new, that we haven't really heard before. So a lot of the stuff, in each interview, there's way more stuff in each interview, but some of them actually repeated and stuff that we already seen. So to keep the time down in this video, I'm just gonna be going over the stuff that's actually new. But if you actually want to read the entire interview, the links to both of these articles will be in the description. So the first interview that I'm going to go over is the Famitsu one, and they start off by asking him about the Kingdom shader compared to when we saw it in 2013 at D23, and Nomura said he felt comfortable enough to show off, basically this new version of the Kingdom shader at 2015 E3 because really it's just been a long time since he's shown it. It looks better than the last time he showed it. But another interesting thing he said about it was that the Kingdom shader will actually change depending on which world you're actually in. So it's kind of cool that they're able to change it up depending on what art style and what theme each world gives you. The next thing that I asked about is what Sora was doing. And they said, was he gathering the 7 Guardians of Light in Kingdom Hearts 3D? And Nomura said yes, there's actually he was doing that, and also Kingdom Hearts 3 happens immediately after 3D. So yeah, it's kind of cool. We got it confirmed that Kingdom Hearts 3 happens right after 3D. There's not any sort of time gap. So yeah, it'll be cool to see what goes on. What Sora was actually doing right after 3D ended and Riku actually passed, but Sora didn't. The market mastery test. The next thing they asked about or talked about was the feedback for Tangled, and Nomura said the dev team is really looking for ways to incorporate Rapunzel's hair in the gameplay, for example combat. Yeah, and that's another thing that's some people actually forgot, including myself, is that with these worlds there's gonna actually be new characters that you can fight with other than just Donald and Goofy. So it would be cool seeing Rapunzel actually using her hair for combat of some sort. Next thing he asked about, the interviewer asked about, was the large amount of enemies and special effects in the trailer. Nomura said that free run is in, but he also mentioned that even though you have free run and able to run up walls and do all the other things, that there will be some things out of reach even with the base free run that you have. So yeah, it's kind of cool that even though you're able to move around freely and more fluidly than the last games, you're still gonna need abilities like probably super glide, or level 3 glide, and level 3 air dodge, in order to reach things like how you had to in Kingdom Hearts 2 final mix, when say for example you went in the Cavern of Remembrance, or you were trying to collect the crown pieces to complete the puzzles. So yeah, it's cool that we still have that aspect of collecting and having to level up things in order to reach things later in the game still in this one. Next thing that they talked about was the system evolving and how Goofy and Donald seem to be more involved in combat than before. And Nomura said that basically he showed them bashing away a whole bunch of enemies in the trailer, which seemed to be like a Trinity limit or something. He said that this can be used as a method of protection, and also that the AI of the enemies change depending on how many of them are there at the moment. The next thing that they talked about, or they asked Nomura, was that about if Sora is a Keyblade master, because he's not able to transform his Keyblade. And Nomura said that it is part of the story, so they can't really say much, but you can do it in the beginning of the game, basically saying you are able to transform in his Kingdom Hearts 2 clothes. But there is there are some limitations to it. He said, however, there are different stages to each Keyblade, you know, transformation. When you reach a certain stage, they have different abilities in that Keyblade transformation, and it basically allows for many different gameplay options depending on the transformation and the form that you have. So yeah, it's kind of cool. We kind of actually saw that in the E3 2015 trailer. You know, when he turns his Star Keyblade into like the dual blasters or the dual guns. You see that at first he has, you know, just two guns and he's shooting light, but then you know, later on he transforms into a big cannon and shoots one big ball that splits up into different bullets, and then at the very end, you know, he shoots one big ball, kind of like how Terra has with his Keyblade. So yeah, from what it seems like, there's actually 3 steps to each Keyblade transformation, and we already did get confirmation that the Keyblade transformation does differ depending on what Keyblade you have, so that's pretty cool too. The next thing they talked about was the Unreal Engine 4, and he basically said that Nomura said that it allowed them to expand greatly on what they were originally able to do, you know, like show even more expression in motion. Basically, he's just saying that, you know, Unreal Engine 4, like he said, you know, allowed them to give way more detail and show more expression. For example, like when you know, Sora's walking or whatever, and his clothes, how it moves and all that stuff, or his facial expression, all that stuff was possible due to them moving to Unreal Engine 4. You know, he actually said that the progression is going well and the ending is being decided on, as well as a secret movie, and that more information will be in the future. So that was basically it for the Famitsu interview. Now I'm going to move on to the Dengeki interview, which is a little bit shorter just because there's a lot of repeats. But he says, in a Dengeki interview, first off, you know, the more important thing is that he reiterates that early on, you know, Sora is still in his Kingdom Hearts 2 clothes, but eventually he changes into new clothes as the story progresses. They asked why is his outfit black and red primarily, and he reiterates that, you know, it's a mix between Dream Drop Distance outfit and his Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit, which he actually confirmed at E3 before. They said that the feel became, you know, the feel for the game, no, actually not the feel for the game, but they feel that Sora has actually become, you know, taller. But Tetsuya Nomura actually said that, you know, it's just due to him becoming slimmer and his outfit becoming sleeker. He actually confirmed, you know, at E3 2015 during, like, you know, the spotlight for Kingdom Hearts that Square Enix had, that they actually have the same exact proportions and dimensions for Sora as his Kingdom Hearts 2 self. But, you know, like he said, due to the outfit and his hair changing a little bit, it seems like he's become a little bit skinnier. But it's just due to his, you know, his outfit. They also asked about traction flow and how the, you know, how that works and everything. And they said, Nomura said that, you know, the UI will change and how it was actually inspired by flow motion. So yeah, we've already got confirmed of that. But, you know, the whole flow motion thing was kind of cool. The next thing they asked was, you know, what new worlds will be in Kingdom Hearts 3. And Nomura said he can't give any more details, but he did confirm that, you know, Mount Olympus is a new world. So I guess you could say, you know, Olympus Coliseum is being transformed into Mount Olympus, which is pretty cool. You know, I actually predicted that, and a lot of other people predicted that, basically just looking at how Sora was traversing up the mountain the whole entire trailer. So yeah, it's kind of cool that we're at, you know, it's actually technically a new world, but we'll see some familiar faces probably in that world with Hercules and all that stuff. He actually talked about, you know, how 3 is having an actual happy ending compared to the other Kingdom Hearts games, because we know we've seen some very sad moments and sad endings in the Kingdom Hearts games, but now they're trying to consider, you know, trying to wrap it up and have a really fulfilling and nice ending to the saga, at least for this moment. And then he went on to talk about how, you know, they're basically just going to, you know, reconfirm that D23 will show more stuff. So yeah, that's basically it for the interviews. You know, it was a lot of the same stuff. Like I said, you can go in the description below and read them yourself if you want to get the whole thing. But a lot of it was just, you know, repeated information that we already knew. But yeah, I just tried to give you guys the new stuff. You know, so leave your comments below in the comment section, telling me and telling other peoples down there what you felt about, you know, this new information I brought for you guys. if there's anything else that you guys want to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 related in general, leave it down below. Let me know what you guys are excited about most for D23. What do you want to see about Kingdom Hearts 3 there, since we already got so much from E3 and we weren't really expecting this before. If you enjoyed the video, please share it, like it, again leave a comment, favorite it, and you know, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more Kingdom Hearts 3 videos in the future, and please share this channel with others who aren't aware of what my channel and other channels do, like giving you guys news on this when we can. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.